Sure. I mean, using the example with respect to use of force policies, there are places that implemented the type of policies that I was outlining where concepts of necessity and proportionality and de-escalation are expressly, um, called for. Places that have sketched out very clear sets of instances where officers cannot use force, like using force against an already handcuffed or restrained individual. There are places that have implemented those use of force policies, places like Seattle, like Cleveland, like New Orleans. Use of force in those jurisdictions has decreased. And that, even as use of force was decreasing in those places, officer injuries did not go up, so it didn't make officers any less safe. It didn't make crime go up. It didn't make the public any less safe. And it made subjects more safe with respect to not incurring as much in the way of injury. So there are places that have implemented more specific policies and better training on something as critical and core as use of force, where you can see that force is used less by the police department. It's relied on less by officers to resolve situations. And not only did nobody get less safe, people got safer, officers and the public alike. I think that is a real world significant impact that can be had by something as elementary seeming as changing policy or providing more training. That doesn't mean that those places haven't experienced issues or that those places are solved of all situations that have troubled communities and that communities are continuing to talk about. But what it does mean, I think, pretty critically, is that a lot fewer people had force applied to them. That officers entered into situations that were a potential threat to them a lot less frequently, and that I think is a significant moving of the needle. But we have 18,000 law enforcement agencies across the country of all sizes, of all charges, and a very, very small percentage of departments have policies and have provided training to officers of the sort that I've just outlined. But I think that the same results are possible in all of those jurisdictions through reforms of the sort I described.